Today on Grow Up Level Up Gamers Club, we're talking about the game of the year so far with a special guest, Jerica from JK Games. Let's get into it. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Grow Up Level Up Gamers Club. I am Samson, your host for the Grow Up Level Up Gamers Club, the weekly podcast where we bring you interviews, previews, reviews about the games you should be playing in your 5 to 9 after your 9 to 5. And joined me today is not Jordan, but another J name, returning guest, Jerica from JK Games. What's up, Jerica?
Howdy. I'm surprised you have had, or you wanted me back. I'm
Of
so
course.
surprised. And I don't even have the hot dog costume on, so I already know I'm letting down everyone.
You know what? We can't always do the hot dog costume. We gotta make people earn it again.
That's it. Yeah, let's make figure out a way to like monetize the ability to see me in a hot dog costume. That's what we need to do.
How about this? If this video gets like 10 likes, next time we bring Jerica on, we'll bring out the hot dog costume, and I'll get my Ken back on, and it'll be like, I don't know, August or something, and Jordan will be in a Monkey D. Luffy costume as well.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
If you don't know what we're talking about, we are of course referring to, oh man, I can't believe it, like 6 months ago, half a year ago.
God, when for real?
Yeah, when we did our interview episode with you on Halloween-ish, and you were just starting your content creation full-time gig. Like, catch us up. How's that been going? What's that life been like?
Whew. It's been really fun. I've gotten into the weeds with some things, some good weeds, not the weeds that make you sneeze or give you a rash, the good weeds.
Yeah. Okay.
And I can't remember when we talked last if I had mentioned, I don't think I mentioned anything about drop in, drop out. So like
not yet. No,
the podcast.
No, actually, yeah. Why don't we start there? Who are you? Where do you come from? What's drop in, drop out?
I forget, people might not know who I am. And not because I'm vain, like, oh, you don't know who I am. I know for a fact you don't know who I am. I just forget to introduce myself on everything I'm on, including my own show. But I'm Jerica. You can find me everywhere at Jericachu, but I like to talk about video games. I guess that's why you have me on here. Hopefully.
Of course.
We're going to talk about video games.
Oh,
and whatever, and wear hot dog costumes. That's what I do. I talk about video games and wear hot dog costumes.
No, I love it. And and you don't just do it was JK Games and Drop In Drop Out. You also do.
I'm a part of 2 shows. So like JK Games is me and Kayla, my co-host. We've been doing our video game, pretty much where we're like reviewing, talking about games we're playing that we care about. That's like a big thing with our show. We don't talk about every single new video game, but just the ones that really speak to us. I mean, Kayla been doing that for, I don't know, I feel like it's like 4 or 5 years that we've been doing JK Games. And I literally went back in time a little bit recently because we spoke about 6 months ago. It doesn't feel like it's been that long.
Totally, yeah.
I went back and looked at some of our context. I'm like, man, I wonder, in the months I've had more free time to flex this muscle, does our content look better? Does it sound better? Are we getting better at talking about video games? And literally, what a crazy jump from, if you look at our content, you can go on YouTube, or maybe don't, because it's sort of embarrassing. I'm just kidding. It's just there's definitely a different level of care and expertise that has definitely, you can see that evolution since putting more time into it. Obviously, that makes sense. You spend more time on something, hopefully you're getting better. If not, I'm like, okay, I give up.
Yeah. That's kind of all like also as an independent content creator, I guess, seeing that timeline go on, I feel like nobody's really going to look back except for you. So then when you kind of reminisce on it, you're like, okay, yeah, I have come really, really far, even though it's week by week. You just do it, improve a little bit, but what is it, accumulatively?
Yeah,
there's big changes.
Evolving, Charmander, Charmeleon, that's where we're at right now. We're not Charizard just yet.
Oh, soon.
Soon. Yeah. We'll see.
And then there's Mega Charizard, and I don't know. They're probably going to make another one.
You're not wrong. I forget there's all these Mega evolutions and stuff now, but
we'll get there. Before we dive into our Game of the Year discussion, we're going to talk a little bit about maybe what what's our game of the year so far, maybe what we think will be game of the year, as well as dive into some user submitted suggestions, user submitted, what do you call it? Submissions.
Yeah.
I want you to pitch your other show, Clickerbait, because it's from a bit of passion of mine as well. I really like
good.
Clickerbait. Yeah, yeah. What is Clickerbait?
So we took a little break from JK Games because I literally at this point, like, I would need to have a twin that's not evil to help me create 3 shows a week, and I can't just do that. So we're putting JK Games on hiatus, and while season 2 of The Last of Us is airing, me and Kayla already talk at length about The Last of Us, and we were like, we need a dedicated show to be able to do this. We can't talk about The Last of Us on JK Games every week. So took a break from that to have Clickerbait, which is our Last of Us podcast, where we right now are recapping each and every episode of season 2. We do that on Monday nights after the show airs on Sunday evenings. And Monday night, we are diving into what did we think about the episode, and we really lean into like a live show because we do it live as well. So like people are chiming in the chat. I've seen you in our Discord.
Yeah.
And commenting, adding some really cool commentary, and sharing some cool pictures, like filming happened in your neck of the woods, which is so neat.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's just a me thing. I being based out of Vancouver, I'm like, everything's filmed out here, but it's got to be Seattle, or I guess like Calgary's, Wisconsin or whatever.
Yeah, Wisconsin. What the heck?
Yeah, it's so random. Nobody ever wants to be Vancouver. That's a conversation for another time. But yeah, it's a live show, and I'm so jealous every Monday night. It's in my head. But Monday night is when I go to dinner at Grandma's. So I'm I guess I'm having dinner with Grandma. I can't have the Twitch stream up.
Yeah, I mean, is Grandma, does she like The Last of Us? Like, maybe she can get into it.
Maybe I could get her into it. She does watch some random YouTube dramas, and maybe I got to put her on the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Yeah, well, that's cool. So check out Jerica, JK Games, Drop In, Drop Out, Clickerbait. You can find it all on YouTube, all the socials. What else? Twitch, of course. That one.
Yeah.
The purple one.
Anywhere that you look at people on screens, we're probably on that thing. We're on your phone every time you look at it.
That's true.
That's
Discord
scary.
As well. Yeah. That
I'm
is
not
true.
really on your phone, or am I? Not yet.
That's the mega Charizard of it all.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah, but we're not here to talk too much about Last of Us today. Although Jordan and I still need to catch up on it. We haven't caught up on our thoughts on Last of Us since the show started.
Oh.
That's how long it's been since I've done a show with Jordan. I haven't seen that guy.
I didn't realize it's been that long.
Just had a couple interview episodes in between, which you should also check out. Last week we talked to Enoch about budgeting and video game budgeting, and then the week before we talked to Jay about VTubing and their experience with that and teaching it. So check those out. But yeah, I haven't caught up with Jordan yet in like a month about anything. So we're gonna do a good catch up episode probably next week. So stay subscribed to that wherever you are listening. But this week I brought Jerica on. As the expert, as one of our gaming gurus, I guess, to talk about.
Don't butter my roll that much, because it depends on the game.
Okay, to talk about our game of the year 2025 so far.
I can do that
easily. So I'm kind of thinking of doing it in 2 parts. The first one will be what's our game of the year so far, what we've been playing, what we've had time to play. Like we said at the top of the show, we haven't played everything. So like, what are the games that have really captured us, and what has been taking up our 5 to 9 after our 9 to 5. So we'll talk a little bit about those games, and then maybe we'll look into some lists about the rest of the games coming out in the year. Maybe a bit about what we think will win game of the year at whatever show, IGN, Game Awards, that kind of stuff. So I don't know. Do you want to start first, Jerica? I feel like you've played more games than me this year so far.
That'd be so cool if that's true. I feel like last year was totally a similar situation where I just played a lot of Destiny, but I haven't played a lot of Destiny this year. I had to take a step back. Kayla grabbed my arms and just pulled me back, and she's like, don't go down the Destiny rabbit hole. We have to talk about other video games.
Yes.
Please, play something else.
I feel you.
But God, there's so many games to play, but this year I've made sure to at least play a few hours of the big ones that everybody's talking about,
Mhm.
or I'm playing as a side, as what am I trying to say, passenger, when you're driving,
Passenger seat,
backseat
backseat
driving.
gaming,
God, thank you.
backseat
Yes,
driving.
I've been doing that. My
Oh,
girlfriend's
okay.
been playing through Blueprints.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I've
Yeah,
been,
I can't wait to hear your
that's
thoughts
not a
on that.
Jerica game. I love what it
Mm.
is, and we'll get into it, I'm sure, at some point. I
Mhm.
respect what it is. I'm just too much of a derp. So I've been watching her play.
Mhm. Mhm.
But for me, like, I've played Assassin's Creed Shadows, started that a little bit, want to get back to it. And I did a little bit like 2 weeks ago, Assassin's Creed Shadows. I like all the mainline Assassin's Creed games. I haven't played Black Flag or whatever was last year's, or a year before last. Like,
Well, Black
I can't
Flag's
keep
the
up.
remake, and then I guess what
Apparently
was before
that's the best one, and
Odyssey?
that's the one I haven't
Okay.
touched.
Huh.
But that's a topic for another time. Sorry,
Old
here I
game is old.
go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But Shadows is good. It's a little bit of a, not a huge change, but it's enough change to what I'm used to. I guess Valhalla was the last one I played,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
it's fun. I want to get back to it, but God, Expedition 33 has taken over my life to the point I've sprained my wrist, like
Oh,
literally have
ow,
to.
yeah.
This is, I mean, I also had to drill a hole in my desk recently to like run a new cable through it. I think
Oh,
that's
jeez.
why I sprained my wrist, to be honest. But
Not the intense gaming, not the intense parrying.
but it's at the same time as this. I've been playing this game, so I can't think
Mhm.
that's just a coincidence. So I don't know. It hurts when I play because I'm playing so much.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You got to power through the pain to enjoy the art,
It
I guess.
hurts. It really
Ouch.
hurts.
Well, I hope your wrist feels better.
It still
That
sort of
sucks,
hurts,
but
but I'm
yeah.
still going to keep playing later this evening. My
Heck
wrist
yeah.
might fall off. That's how much I love this game.
Heck yeah. I haven't gotten as deep as I wanted to into Clair Obscur, but I think that's kind of at my top of the threshold so far. I like at back when I was a teen and I had all this free time. I was actually a really big RPG guy
Okay.
on the DS and the 3DS, playing like Final Fantasy and Bravely Default. Those like really nitty gritties kind of RPGs where you like make classes for everyone and figure out how the turn based things synergize. So, and since then, I haven't really gotten back into those style games. But every time I play Clair Obscur, it takes me back to those days where it's like, oh, I see the pathing and the vision. Like, I want to increase my L stats to be so she hits right after Gustav and all that. So I'm starting to see it, and I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. Plus, the game looks beautiful. The story's so interesting. Like that opening sequence, I was like, oh, I'm like getting teary eyed already. What
Like,
the
damn,
heck?
I'm
We're
like, I
like
don't even
30
know who
minutes
these.
in.
We don't know
Yeah,
who these people are. Why am I
exactly.
afraid?
Yeah, and I was like, you could just make a whole movie out of this first opening sequence. So I'm like really impressed. Like high expectations going in, but
Yeah.
I'm hooked. I'm not as deep in as I wish I would. I think I'm only about 5 hours in, and it's
Okay.
not a
Oh,
long
you're
game.
just scratching the surface, my dude.
I
Like,
know. I don't even think I met all the characters yet. Like
yo,
I am very, very early parts. But like you, I can't. I haven't injured myself yet. Maybe that's the tell to know
yeah.
that I've gone deep into it. But I'm excited to go back. It's just a matter of like what I'm in a mood for at night. And and
Yeah.
and Clair Obscur is a beautiful game, but it is not really it's a long day at work. I'm gonna sit down and look at some gray stuff. I don't know if I want to do that. Or some
Or just
faceless stuff.
hurt your wrist. It's just
Yeah,
painful to play. Because
exactly. Yeah, so I don't know.
I've recently had to swap to. I was such a, once again, major derp over here. I have one of these fancy PlayStation 5 controllers because I'm playing
Oh
on
yeah.
PS5, and it's got like the bat pedals, the Edge controller. And I'm like, why the hell am I not using those bat pedals to parry
Mm,
and, dodge and whatever? And
it's
finally,
a good idea,
it's
actually.
brilliant, much better on the hands, okay, and the wrist. If you are in pain like me, you gotta get those paddles paddling, bat
Hmm.
paddles.
because you're blowing my mind right now because I'm playing on
Yeah.
PC. I don't know where my here it is. So
Yeah.
I'm using the Xbox Elite controller,
Okay. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't put the paddles on.
You better put those suckers on if you don't want to end up like me. I was too late. I was too late when I realized I should have been using that controller.
That's a good idea because I also like my gripe with Xbox is like I feel the right button's kind of weird to press.
Yeah,
It's such a
oh, I
gripe.
bet that is a little bit challenging for this game. And see, like you're still sort of learning, not really like learning the ropes, but you're still getting your sea legs, so to speak. So that way you can start learning. Like now, I want to sometimes go refer back to the R1 button to parry, and what am I doing?
Yeah, the muscle
So
memory is all different now.
the muscle memory is messed up. So for you, learn it from the beginning.
So early. Okay,
Yeah.
I will do that. I will
Yeah.
put my back paddlers back on, and
Put the
I'll be parrying
paddlers
like a
back on.
boss.
Let's go.
No, that's awesome. What do you like about Clair Obscur so far? I kind of went on top of you there.
No, yeah. No. Please. I've been waiting to like just talk about this game with somebody. I haven't even talked about it on any of our shows yet.
Oh, right.
We're gonna probably wait for like a major, and I'm not talking like I'm not about to spoil you or anyone else on it, but overall, like I'm dying to talk to someone about it, but I'm just trying to beat it. Like
I'm
for
here.
story wise, but like
I'm here. Give me your
gameplay
thoughts.
elements though, like I'm like you to some extent. Like I didn't go really deep into a lot of RPGs. Like the deepest one for me is probably like Final Fantasy. Like Final Fantasy X was my first like true like RPG experience. And turn-based games for me are just it's either I love it or I'm just not gonna keep playing. It has to be a combination of things to keep me interested. And the last major RPG that just like I couldn't put down, and I'm playing this game just like I was Sea of Stars. Sea of Stars was one of those games at a glance I'm like, I don't know, I don't know. But what these two games have in common is just like the in between your like the terms that you're taking, you have something else you have to do. It's like completely engaging. I'm not having to wait. There's still strategy involved, but I like being able to try to dodge and attack and figure out like being engaging in between turns is something I'm in love with. I love it so much. That's why I love Sea of Stars. And then on top of that, the stories are incredible. Like I'm so deep into what is happening in this game, Expedition 33, and I'm probably like 25 to 30 hours in.
Okay.
And I'm not giving too much away. It's keeping me on my toes.
That's good. Yeah.
I'm not able to predict anything that's happening, and it's what a journey. What a journey.
I like that. I like it when it's like that far in. I find with a lot of these story games, it starts off really strong. I'm looking at Ubisoft games. Starts off really strong, but then you got to do another 30 hours of this, and it loses you. But 20 something hours in, it's still good.
Yeah, and with Clair Oscur, it's like literally I've not found a point where I'm like, this is dull. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, and you know, it's a little openy. There's a lot of places you can explore once you level up a little bit and get outside of the first area. But it encourages exploration and just what's around this corner so often, and I'm never disappointed by going around that corner to see what's behind there. Yeah.
Okay.
And nothing, I haven't been bored yet. And I'm never like, oh my God, I gotta fight this enemy again. Like it's constantly refreshing enemies. So like you're always having to learn how to parry against this type of enemy. What kind of abilities do I need? What's the weakness here? So yeah, I'm just never bored.
I know I agree with you with is it active turn-based battling? I don't know what the term is.
Better than what I said. I just need something to engage me during my turns.
Yeah, you called it Sea of Stars. I think of Mario and Luigi and like Paper Mario, where you're hitting.
That gets tossed at me all the time to play that. Like if they're like, if you love Sea of Stars, play this, and also Chrono Trigger. Everybody's just hounding me about Chrono Trigger. Have you played Chrono Trigger?
Nope.
Okay, cool. We're in the club of we haven't got to that yet, but I don't know
like
if any
JRPGs, but I don't know about Chrono Trigger. Old game is old, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, finally, I feel like I can be comfortable and say the thing is old. I'll play it if they remake it, but I don't know if I'm gonna get back to it until it gets remade.
That's one game they should do the whole remake remake makeover on. That's
Come
totally
on.
true. But back to Claire, I'm actually really happy to hear that there is some exploration to it. I think one thing I struggle with these like super story heavy games is you're just playing to the next cutscene, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't know if that's motivating enough because I could just go on YouTube and watch it all.
Yeah.
But I really like how you mentioned it does open up, so that kind of tells you how far I am in the
Mm-hmm.
game. It does open up wider than where it is now. So yeah, I'm excited to get back into it. Maybe that'll be
Can't
my
wait for you to do
plans
it.
tonight.
We'll have to chat once you have to update me on your progress,
Oh
where you
yeah,
get next.
yeah. I'm sure. I don't know if Jordan's playing it, but maybe we'll do like a spoiler cast later down the
I'll
line
if y'all
in
do it,
time.
let me know. I will love to show up. I'll do
Hot
a spoiler
in.
cast for this game multiple times.
We'll throw the costumes on again.
Let's do it. It's worth celebrating.
Awesome. Yeah, so Clair Obscur is taking up a bit of my time. Another game that's been taking up a bit of my time, I don't know if you've played it yet, is Split Fiction. Um, from the developers of It Takes Two, Haze
I
Light.
know. Okay, I'm so glad because I'm like, I can't remember right now why, and I know it. I see his face. What's
Yeah,
his face?
yeah,
I'm just horrible with names in general.
sticking up his middle finger at the Game
Yeah,
Awards.
yeah, that's what he does.
Joseph, I think. Yeah.
There he is. That's him.
Yeah, I've been playing that as well. Also, really slowly. I play it with my wife, and it's very much a "Are we in the mood for this?" kind
Yep.
of game.
We're in the same boat. Same boat.
Yeah, yeah. So it's taking a while because there are nights where you want to watch TV and you
Yeah.
just don't really want to sit and play a game, which is fine. Like everyone's got their preferences, but it's like I think that's the reason why it's taking so long. It's like, oh, it's got to hit at the right time. So I feel like we're almost done. We just got to do the push. But yeah, we're pretty close to finishing it, and then I'll give final thoughts or whatever. But I mean, I got thoughts now. I don't know if you've played Split Fiction or finished it.
Here's the thing. I just looked it up because I wanted to make sure like that game is long. I think that's why I
Is it?
haven't finished it. We're maybe halfway through it. Me and my girlfriend have
Mm-hmm.
been playing too. We're in the same boat. Just got to be in the mood and like yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
sometimes just want to turn the brain off and not think at all. Just watch some mindless television. But for us, like we get into it and I don't know, like we play for one night and then it's been like 3 weeks since we've been back to it.
Okay, cool. We are in the same boat.
Okay.
Where you're in this boat, we're in the boat right beside you. We're like, you guys can finish it. I don't know.
Yeah, we're getting there.
It's it's a long game, and my overall thoughts of it, like, it's a good game. I don't think it's as good as It Takes Two, which also won Game of the Year that year. So I don't know if it's a Game of the Year worthy contender, but it is enjoyable. I can see where things are going. I can see why it's going to be adapted into a movie. And like the cutscenes and set pieces, it looks gorgeous. Can't complain. But yeah, it's just like it's a whelming game in a good way. I don't know if whelming's supposed to be used in a bad way.
What do you and thinking about like because I think I thought the same thing. I'm like, this is fun and innovative, and I love what they do each time with these games. Like being able to have these experiences with someone else is truly special because there's not a lot of games like this where you couch co-op like that is just it's so much fun and you can just poke fun at each other. And we had a similar
Oh, yeah.
experience in It Takes Two. So if like for you, it sounds like you're further along than I am. What do you think about It Takes Two and like what makes that so far a better experience for you versus Split Fiction?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of self-reflection this past week. I think I'm just really into like love stories.
Hey, yeah.
When it's two people who like not the whole conflict, but the conflict of the story is kind of motivated by their relationship or their connection, maybe in a romantic way. So I think I'm just more drawn to those kinds of stories. So I think that It Takes Two story is more interesting to me. And I think they're just a little more creative in kind of the way the world works and like their story in the fantastical sense. Side note, I think I wasn't really interested in Grand Theft Auto 6 until the new trailer came out this past week.
I know.
And I'm like, oh well, one, yeah, it looks gorgeous. I'm like, okay, it's starting to get me. And then I learned it's about like a boyfriend or girlfriend or partners in crime. And now I'm like, oh, now I'm very interested in how this goes. Like, is there going to be betrayal? Is there going to be like they're going to break up halfway or something?
I know what's going to happen. I bet a lot of those things end up happening.
Okay. Yeah.
I bet all of it. Everything. That's
exciting.
That's cool. Yeah. It Takes Two was a really good story. I agree. I think that is some of the, not really why we're not going back to it, but I definitely feel like that narrative is stronger. But I feel like Split Fiction might be a little too long. Like, I think it is, and it's hard. It's way more difficult. Not like it's not a super difficult game, but like, you're not just gonna bring any significant other into playing Split Fiction. You gotta level them up for like a little bit first. I feel like it is, in terms of like skill needed to play, just jump in and play. Like, you might have to know your way around a controller. Play Split Fiction.
Yeah, that's true. There's even a couple parts in Split Fiction where we're like, so where do we go next? Like, I'm not exactly sure, and then we like kind of have to orient ourselves. But yeah, I can't imagine like and it's pretty forgiving. Like, it does kind of set you back. But if it was somebody that doesn't even know their way around a controller, yeah, I can see that being really, really difficult. Difficult to get through.
I was like, man, this is they leveled up their difficulty with this one.
It's for real gamers.
It's for real gamers.
Or test relationship, but it is a little long. I will agree there. There was one level where I'm like, I think it was like we play a little bit, take a break, play a little bit, take a break for a couple weeks, and then it really was like, oh, we are still on this level. like I feel like it's been a month. Yeah, so it is a little long, but that being said, still in my top 5 of the 5 games I played this year.
Yeah, it's definitely, every time I hop in, like when we play, I'm always like, man, this is fun. I'm glad we're playing this. And then what happens? And then the next day I'm just on to something else, and then we'll eventually finish it.
And I'm gonna ask this question. I should have asked it when we were talking about Expedition 33, but like, do you think this game has a chance at Game of the Year for some people's Games of the Year? Maybe not necessarily ours. Yeah? Oh,
I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure.
For Split Fiction.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I definitely can see, like, it's gonna be hard for me to say yes, this is Game of the Year after playing like something like Clair Obscur and seeing what Blueprints is, but ultimately, like, I think they just do something in that co-op space, and they obviously, it's their bread and butter. They do it every year, and like, I do think in terms of technical achievement, they outdid themselves. Like, it's the amount of time it took for them to make this game, and the content, and the fact that it is like 15-16 hours long, and it runs as well as it does, and it's a great experience. Like, yeah, I think it has all the ingredients to be nominated potentially for Game of the Year.
Yeah. And now that you say that, it is kind of like how beautiful it looks. I can see it being more attractive to more a generaler population because of how it's like 2 humans, not 2 weird dolls.
Exactly.
that are small. Yeah, it's like, oh, you're jumping through stories. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. So, okay, cool. Clair Obscur though.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely.
I feel like that's up there.
Yeah, it's this one. It might be a game of my last, I said decade online because I was
whoa.
But I might have been a little intense. I need to really take a step back and think that through, because like there's a lot of games in there, but definitely one of my top games I played in a few years. I can say that.
I agree. Well, I mean, yeah, it's like I haven't played a RPG like that since, I guess I played the Paper Mario remake, but I didn't love it. But yeah, I haven't played like something that deep since I was a teenager. So I'm like, oh my gosh, that is it's hooking me in. Like, it's giving me those feelings again. So
it's cool.
So yeah,
it's cool.
It's up there.
They've done something pretty special with this one.
I want to move on to one of the games that you're backseat gaming about, Blueprints, because Jordan, I asked him last minute before we recorded the show, hey, what's your game of the year so far? And he says, I think the only new game I played so far is Blueprints. So by default, maybe his game of the year so far.
Well, he's right in line with like Metacritic, so he played
Okay.
he picked a good one to play.
Blue Prince. Well, I haven't played it yet. Actually, I bought the game. I played about an hour, and then I'm like, I'm not really in the mood for this, and I returned it on
Yeah.
Steam, so I haven't played it.
Don't feel bad because like it is one of those that like I also because everybody's talking about it. I think it blew up overnight, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody's talking about like, whoa, this game came out of nowhere. Well, you gotta play it, game of the year, and I absolutely think it is. Yes, I agree, game of the year. It's just not my game of the year, right? I
Fair
think it
enough.
definitely should be in the conversation and might actually win.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And but it's just not my kind of game. It's not I'm once again dirt fest over here. I need help. The only thing I can sort of help my girlfriend with when she's playing Blueprints is the dartboard, and it's got to be the easy math stuff. If you played, you know what I'm talking about. Like easy
Easy.
math.
There's math in that game?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dang. Oh dang. Um, hey, don't sell yourself short because Clair Obscur, there's a lot of systems going on in there too. I'm sure it's just as complicated.
No, I don't think so. It might be more challenging and harder to parry, but Blueprints, there's a lot of problem solving, and you better grab a notebook
Oh my gosh.
so you can take some notes.
I think that's why I like ultimately returned it because I'm like
Like,
I'm like, oh, first of all, I have to use. I actually really like these like card based. That'll come up again. These card based like roguelites where you kind of build
yeah.
out your new set. I actually really like those games.
Mm-hmm.
But then the game started and it's like this very mysterious, calm murder mystery kind of feel. And then I'm using two hands to walk around.
Yeah, it's like,
or two hands on the
happening?
controller. And I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know about this.
Yeah, it seems a lot more effort than I signed up for. But I guess for you, Jerica, like, why do you think it's going to win Game of the Year? Or why do you think it's going to be Game of the Year for some people?
I mean, I guess I'm always interested in seeing like what kind of game will be a roguelike this year, because it seems that those are what is the biggest, even though it's innovating on a genre that's it hits well with a lot of people because it is an experience you can play for a little bit and then be done and then hop back into it. It's almost like you're playing a new game every hour. I don't know how long it usually takes for a round. I didn't pay attention to that when my girlfriend's playing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think using that in the way that it's telling a story and requires you to sort of, I know it sounds like, why would a game that makes that you should probably take notes, like have a notebook handy and take notes, why would that win game of the year? I'm like, because that's cool. It's
Mm-hmm.
really freaking cool
Mm-hmm.
that a game can be that creative. And you know I'm sure, I don't really know with the developer of Blueprints, but I'm sure that was a small team. It might have been just one person. um I don't know. I didn't
Quickly
really get
fact check
behind
us.
the developer and how that became a thing. But
Yeah, I just don't know. Like it's one thing for us to decipher the puzzle, but how does somebody build a puzzle that big that
it's
it requires other people to decipher it? Yeah.
yeah, like in the combination of things and you knowing what kind of room to build next based on the information you found in this space, and just being and incorporating those roguelike elements, like getting a room that gives you supplies, or oh my god, I got a key in this run, and if I ever find that again, or one run you might find a key, and the next run you might find the door that maybe uses the key. I'm doing a really
Mm-hmm.
bad job at explaining it. Once again, I have not played. I'm just watching someone play.
There's some coins. There's some like
There's a
rest in a
banana
bed kind of
and
action going on. Yeah.
apples. There's
Yeah.
steps involved. Like you're closing your rings if you have an Apple Watch. Like the game's got it all. The game's got it all, and
I can see why it's Game of the Year. Then.
yeah, like it's just that is true innovation. Like taking something that we already love as gamers. I feel like a lot of us like roguelike games, and just putting it on its head and doing something new with it. I think is
Mm-hmm.
for this game is worthy of a nomination. Shoot, it might even win.
Ooh, against Clair Obscur. That's crazy.
Might win.
Like,
It's. I mean,
yeah.
mine's Clair Obscur. Obviously, that takes it won last week, and am I even in? I don't even think I'm at the end of that.
And we're
too.
not even in June yet. Yeah.
That, yeah.
no, it is super like impressive how it captured everybody like critically. I don't know how well it's sold in general public. I think if I asked people if they put like the general public if they played,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something they'll be into, but it is one of those. It's what makes games special. You have to play it to really get why it's cool. But yeah, I can see it winning as well. I do want to give it a fair shot. I just have to be in the mood for it. I have to be in a mood where I want to think really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rarely me. So I don't know if I'll ever
I agree.
play.
Those thinking really hard parts might be used for something else
Hurts
right
my
now.
brain.
Yeah.
Ow.
and your wrist too. No, not two parts.
And the wrist, yeah. The brain, I don't have much. And so if that goes, it's just, I'm not doing another podcast. It's not happening.
Oh no. We need
It can't happen.
I quickly Googled Raw Fury, the developer. They are a decent sized team, 40-ish people as of 2019. So actually, that's quite a while ago now. But yeah, based out of Sweden. Founders Jonas Antonsen and
Raw
Gordon
Fury,
Van
I've
Dyke.
seen their name on stuff. What else have they made here? Let's see.
I'm scrolling down on the old Wikipedia. They made a lot of stuff, but they made Friends versus Friends, which I picked up for $1 and had fun for an evening.
Heard of that too.
Wait, they made a Billionaire or they published it? Oh wait, no, I think they're the publisher. Oh, I might be.
Oh,
I'm wrong. My bad.
No. It gets. I'm always confused by that. Hold up.
Blueprints is made by Dogu Bomb. Raw Fury's the publisher. Dun dun dun. Dogu Bomb. Oh, I'm under LinkedIn now. We're getting serious.
Hell yeah. That's where we get the real inside scoops.
I'm clicking the people tab. 3 associated members.
Okay.
Tonda Ross, Jeremy Katzel, and David Pelino. So maybe 3 people made Blueprints.
Yo, that's wild.
According to Wikipedia.
Yeah, we had Balatro last year, popping up in places. Now we got Blueprints. Just like either one person, 3 people made this game. That's crazy.
I want to take us on another tangent here.
Do it.
But did you see the developer for Stardew Valley, Concerned Ape? I forget his real name. Let me look it up. He recently did an interview, and I see clips of it on TikTok and stuff.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, he's hot."
Shut up. Yeah, I don't know what he looks like.
All right, here. I'm going to screen share for our audio listeners, so come on over. But I am going to try to get this window. If you're watching on YouTube, yeah, he's like a Hosier looking kind of mountain man.
The wind is like blowing his hair. What the heck? Where did this man come from? That's not Concerned Ape. I mean, obviously, game developers can look great too and be hot. Yeah. Just didn't expect that,
Yeah. I mean, like the blowing hair, maybe this is a body double, but no, I'm sure this is just who Concerned Ape is. Eric Barone.
Well, there you have it. I'm going to have to go watch this.
That's so cool. I still have to catch this up. It's there's an interview from PC Gamer. They interviewed Concerned Ape, Eric Barone, the one of the sole developers for Stardew Valley and Haunted Chocolatier. Looks like they did this interview a couple weeks ago.
I wonder if he gave any info on when that's coming out. I need an update.
Ooh, are you a big Stardew fan?
Yes.
Oh,
I haven't played in a while, but like when that first came out, I got hooked. I was playing when it was on the Switch because I started it on PC, but as soon as that game was in a handheld mode version way of life, I was addicted.
I have to give it a fair shot because I feel like the last couple times that my wife tried to get me to play it, like she's really into it, and she's had like multiplayer farms and whatever with all her friends. Every time I play, I'm like, oh, I'm so far behind everyone, and I've been cutting this tree. I'll just clean the campsite, and I cut all the trees down, and I'm like, I don't know what to do anymore. It's so hard.
I playing like that when you are behind might not be as fun. That's true. Okay, I can see where that sort of, cuts down on your ability to keep going and plant some more crops.
To be the best farmer in all of Stardew Valley. I should give it a fair shot. It's one of those that Undertale, What other games have it? Chrono Trigger, I guess.
I
It's missing
guess.
in my gaming compendium.
I guess.
Where did we tangent from? So Split
Yeah.
Fiction. Yeah.
Yes.
Blueprints.
Blueprints. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give that a fair shot as well. Add that to my list.
Well, yeah, let me add this to part of why it's probably not my game. Because when I
Okay.
heard Blueprints, I thought it was about a little blue prince. And I'm like, I just imagined this cute little character. I hadn't seen like the poster art for it or anything. I was like, oh, what's that? I wonder what people are talking about this cute. Is it a platformer? Is this little blue prince jumping around? Like, is
Little
that the
Shovel
game?
Knight, yeah.
And then when I saw it boot up, obviously, I was like, oh, it's like blueprints, like for a house or you're constructing something. I get it now. See, that's why. That's why.
The pun didn't get you.
No,
the
it
pun
didn't not at
unsold you.
first. And I even played it, and I didn't even see the blueprints and the art of the title screen or whatever it's
Oh,
that. I didn't even see. I just didn't see it. Wasn't paying attention. I was just like, start game. Let's dive in.
It's like,
And
when
I'm like,
does the
where's
blueprint show up?
blueprint?
Yeah. When's he coming in?
And then I feel like I even, obviously built rooms didn't click with me.
Yeah.
That's how much a dirt I have. And then I saw it from a distance when my girlfriend was playing it for the first time. I was like, blueprints, I see it. What the hell? Oh, God.
Did you tell her? It's like, hey, I figured the game out.
I did. She witnessed it. She actually can be my witness. Like, this actually happened.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
To be fair, I didn't pick up on it until I read like a tweet or something, and I'm like,
I don't feel as bad. Okay.
Cool. Well, wow, we talked about a lot of games so far, but I have two more I want to talk about. My kind of goaties. First one of two, last two, penultimate one is Repo. Have you heard of Repo?
Oh, are you in my brain?
Oh my gosh, are we the same person?
We might be, because that's the only I put Destiny down, and my Destiny friends that we usually hop on and go and do some raids together. We haven't played a lot of Destiny together, but guess what? We are playing Repo.
Oh,
we went from Destiny to Repo.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Repo.
Fantastic.
So that's also on my list. I don't know about you, but I'm having a lot of fun with it, right? Oh. It's such a good, easy concept with friends. It's not too hard, and it's got the right amount of spook factor.
Yeah, it's not too much.
Yeah, and you can stop whenever you want. You can pick up whenever you want. You can mess with each other. It's got the right combination of like party fun. Yeah. It's almost like a party game.
Yeah.
I think what I really like about it, and I didn't realize until shout out to my wife again for the like fifth time in this episode. She mentioned like, oh, I like it because it's not about killing anything or surviving. Well, it is kind of about surviving, but it's not about like, trying to
respect.
Yeah,
I respect her stance on that, because God, like most of these games, someone's gonna get left in the house and murdered, like, or someone else is doing the murdering. You gotta murder all your friends.
Yeah, or you can do that. I guess technically there is some murder.
There might, but at least I could pick up your cute head and take it to the truck.
Put it in the truck, and you're all. It is cute. That's murder is fine if it's cute. Do not quote me on that. But yeah, I think it's just got the right combination of it's casual enough, it's not too hard. There is a lot of skill involved in it though, and teamwork and communication. So it's got all of that wrapped in a cute package, in a way that doesn't take up too much of your time, and you can drop in, drop out. So like, I don't know. Clair Oscur is up here. Repo, maybe right under it.
Let's go.
Maybe right under it.
I like your list. I think because out of everything, I think I've played those two games the most this year.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of Repo? I yapped on a little bit. I flapped my robot head enough.
No, please keep flapping that robot head, because they're so cute. I can't quit looking at the characters. That's just one of the things I love most about it, honestly. I mean, I know I have all the fun with my friends and everything, but like just looking at those little robots and seeing my friend's voice come out of their mouths is
the Muppets. Yeah, they're like Muppets.
Yeah, they're like Muppets. It's hilarious. And at first glance, I thought like, oh, this looks stupid. It looks like another one of those little dumb games that'd be hot for a minute on Steam, but it looks like something it's what all the kids are playing. I don't think I'll get it. will this ancient woman get it? Probably
Mm-hmm.
not. That's what I thought. But no, this is a game for everybody. It
Mm-hmm.
has a stupid desktop icon. I don't like that. The art could be
Oh,
better.
the
The
emoji
smiley,
that's
it looks
bleeding.
just like, I don't know. There's something off-putting about it that makes me think this game might be stupid.
Mm.
But the game's not stupid. The icon makes me think that way. But don't judge a game by its icon. That's what I've learned
By
here.
its 10 by 10 pixel
Yeah, hit
icon.
shortcut. Don't do that. But no, like it's such a joy because like anytime I bring someone in, I'm like, it's $10 on Steam, get it, and they hop in, and it's always a joy for me knowing what is going on in this game. But to bring someone else in and see them touch the thing that slows down your voice for the first time,
Yeah.
like those, it's so enjoyable.
Yeah.
And to your point, I think that's why you were talking about like the teamwork communication. It does take a little bit of skill. I think is why like me and my Destiny group has latched onto it, because there's a lot of that in Destiny.
Right.
And
That's
it's
so
not
true.
a 3 or 4 hour commitment like a raid would be. Like we play this for a couple hours each night, and to your point again, like we can stop anytime. So
Yeah,
it's fun.
actually, yeah, that's so true. It is kind of got those raid like characteristics where you got to communicate.
Yeah.
There's challenge. Yeah, that's true. And bringing someone new in, I remember, oh man, anything to bring back those first few nights where you don't know what's going on.
I know.
You see the duck and you start freaking out. You're like, is it gonna
oh
attack
my
me?
God.
This is not good.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think the devs know they got something hot going on. There's supposed to be an update out soon-ish.
I'm ready, and I'm ready for it to come to PlayStation.
Yeah,
I need more people to be. I got a friend that only has Mac and like doesn't have a PC, but was able to like, finagle the Windows on the Mac and get it to run a little bit, but it doesn't work quite like it should. So like that's the only bummer, is that like it's strictly like PC right now.
Yeah, it is early access. And just takes time and support. It is a small indie
I'm ready
team
for
there.
it now.
That's true.
They shouldn't have teased me with such a good early access game. I don't like that. Why is it so good and it's just early access?
That's so true. Why is it so good? And it runs so well, and it's like all the mods work on it. Yeah.
God.
Super fun. Yeah, I really hope Repo sticks around for a while. I think it's because we've had stuff like what's that other game that was, is it Lethal? No, Lethal Company.
Lethal Company, yeah. I haven't played that one. My girlfriend recently just got a PC or built one, like just something that we could play stuff like this. Literally, we were gonna play Lethal Company because that was something that's we both find silly and we might enjoy. Yeah. And now we just play Repo.
Yeah.
But I gotta get to Lethal Company because that does look sort of fun too.
Well, from what I've heard from my friends, like for some reason I didn't get into Lethal Company. Something about the graphics I think didn't sell me in the characters. Yeah. Like it really was Repo's flappy Muppet mouse that got me in.
Yeah.
So I never played Repo or Lethal Company either, but all my friends that have say that Repo is the better Lethal Company. Well, so yeah, I think we're already there.
I love that when I don't have to make another pit stop. I've made it to my final destination. It's good.
It's true. Well, my last pick for game of the year is kind of not a game that actually came out this year, but I kind of want to save it after you share another game that might be on your game of the year list, because that was kind of I'm surprised we had so much crossovers, which is great. Is great.
It worked out. Hell yeah.
What's your game of the year that we haven't talked about yet?
I guess the next one I'll circle back to. Like, I am enjoying I know I don't say loving because I think I love Clair Oscur, but I'm enjoying Assassin's Creed Shadows. That's when I do want to get back to and finishing. I want to see the storyline progress in this game. And I will say, I'm not a seasoned Assassin's Creed player. Like I said, like I'll play most of the major ones and I go through them. I usually don't get too deep into some of the side content, or you'll be there for hours. Like technically, I sort of lied just now. Like I know I put over 100 hours into Valhalla, but it's and I did do most of the story stuff. That's just a massive game and lots of content. So to say, like, I guess, yes, I do like playing Assassin's Creed games. I guess I sort of enjoy them and I play beginning to end, but Shadows feels much different compared to those other games that I've played. I guess, which one was Odyssey? Cassandra.
Odyssey,
Loved
and there was
Odyssey.
Origins. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was
Oh
Odyssey.
yeah,
Yeah.
Origins too. I think that's when I got back into Assassin's Creed
Mm-hmm.
and enjoyed every single one of these. And are they like reinventing the wheel? Not really. It's more Assassin's Creed or a different time period, which makes exploring a little different. But Japan's been
Okay.
really interesting because, you know, I keep accidentally comparing it to Ghost of Tsushima
Yeah.
because like it's very similar and it's not a similar game, but you know, that's where my brain goes because they beat them to it first. they beat
I know, right?
they beat them
took
to it
so
first.
long.
It took so long.
Yeah.
But I can see why, because it is hard. Ghost of Tsushima was a difficult but fun game to play for me. I enjoyed the story, and I can see why it took maybe Ubisoft a little bit longer to do Assassin's Creed here. Because like, what do you do with traversing, you know, verticality in feudal Japan? You don't have like, I mean, you have like mountains and buildings, shrines and stuff, but like, it's not like these big cities and landscapes. But they did it with Odyssey, and I know Valhalla too, like a lot of castles and stuff. But I don't know, it seemed like a challenge for them to do. I couldn't imagine what that was going to be like. So far, I think because there's not as much of like verticality, there's some place I'm not jumping around as much. I'm not doing as much parkour.
Interesting.
In
Okay.
Shadows.
Yeah.
I'm going on a long ramble, try to reel it in here. But I think they've tweaked a little thing with combat. Like it's, for me, God, I'm dying all the time. It's the hardest Assassin's Creed game I've ever played.
Interesting.
You know, you might maybe not be jumping around and like doing all these stealth kills like you would. You know, I'd like to hide on a building, get up high, and then like jump on my enemy. You can sort of do that at times here. But no, I'm usually getting murdered before I can even sneak around. But I am
putting
playing
the assassin in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, you know, I'm getting assassinated Creed.
Oh,
That's the one I'm playing. But it's definitely been a different learning curve for this one because you have two major characters and they both play really differently. It's not just you pick, you know, this, I don't know, like I haven't played a lot as a samurai guy. I've already forgotten his name, but the big buff guy, he's a samurai. Ain't nobody messing with him. But Naue, which is, she's like a shinobi sneaking around in the shadows. And she's not that strong on her own. You have to be really strategic and not just jumping in like I normally do in an Assassin's Creed game.
Interesting.
You have to be quick and agile. And that's not really the way I like to play an Assassin's Creed game. So it's been really hard for me.
Oh. So what's making you not play as the samurai? I think his name's Yasuke.
This is gonna be right on the nose if you know me. Apparently, so you know, I have a girlfriend and I just love lesbians in games. And apparently there's a romance option for this gal, and I want to see that through.
Okay, yeah,
I gotta be able to talk about that. I don't know how far down the road we might have this option, but by golly, I'm gonna get there. Plus, like, I'm more and to be honest, like I'm more interested in her story versus his so far, which that might change as I progress through the story. But like, I feel like at the beginning, her situation is a little bit more dramatic and drastic, where you want to make action happen versus his, without giving away story spoilers or anything. But
I see that.
You know,
yeah,
I want to see who she might romance, and apparently she romances a gal at some point, and I'm interested in seeing that.
Perfect.
That's it. I'm an easy gal.
You're in it for the love story, just like me in my games.
I need to start phrasing it like that.
Yeah.
So people don't think I'm a sicko, you know, like, oh, you're only here to see the lesbians. Well, yes, but I hope it's a good story too.
I just love to see love stories. That's all.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I want to bring in some of our listeners and viewers, our followers' submissions. We have Cognitive Clips saying their game of the year so far is Clair Obscur by a mile. Well, we use kilometers here in Canada, so I'm going to have to convert that.
Yeah, he deserves a correction. I know who that is.
1.6 kilometers or something.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure if that's right.
I don't know. You should pretend it is. I say it is.
Perfect. We have Kayla writing in Lost Records, Bloom, and Rage, but Expedition 33 could take it. Not finished yet. Is Lost Records, Bloom, and Rage from the what's that team? The
Is
with
Life
the
is Strange?
Chloe Life is Strange, yeah. Is that from that team? Okay,
It's
okay.
like from the original team. Like I always get I'm the worst at confusing those developers too. It's like Don't Nod and Deck 9.
Deck 9.
This is
Okay,
Don't Nod. Yeah, Deck
okay.
9 I think did Before the Storm and True Colors. Am I getting that right? And then okay. So the original Life is Strange devs did this one.
Okay, interesting. I do like the Life is Strange games. Maybe I'll check that out as well.
It's pretty good. I also forgot to mention I played that too. It's up there. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lost Records, shout out. And Pish Wussy.
That's correct.
Is that okay? Pish Wussy?
No, you did it. You nailed it.
Well, Push Wussy's favorite game is Blueprints, and it may be tough to beat that for me. But Mario Kart, hee. I forgot about this. Yeah, we have a whole half of the year to come, and Mario Kart's in there, Donkey Kong's in there. Yeah, we'll see.
Death Stranding 2. Apparently,
my gosh.
Yeah. The people that got to preview that got to talk about it today. I don't know if you've read up on any first impressions.
I actually saw those come out, the impressions, but I have not, because I am not finished Death Stranding 1.
Okay, well, you're not. I think it would be safe to know that like people are saying this is much better than the first, and pretty impressed. Might be a Metal Gear Solid 2 situation on our hands with the new Death Stranding game. Yeah.
Oh, crazy. Okay. Well, I got to keep my eye out on that, I guess.
You got to keep, you got to. That's just right around the corner. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh. I guess I'll keep the PS5. I was joking with Jordan. I'm like, I really want to Switch too. Do I trade the PS5 for it? And he's like, no, do not.
Don't do that.
And I'm like, but now, Death Stranding 2, and I gotta finish the first one eventually. All right. I'll check out the previews, okay, and maybe that'll get me to finish Death Stranding 1 at some point. Do you have any other games you want to throw into the mix before we close out our show today?
If this was next week's episode, I definitely probably would have talked about Doom: The Dark Ages at some point, because that's probably I haven't played. You asked me games I've played, but that's probably going to be up there for me.
Ooh,
I love
is that
Eternal
coming
so much.
out soon?
It's next week.
Oh my god!
Or is it? Is it this week? What day is it? No, it's next week.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if you like Game Pass, you might be able to pay a little extra and play it a little bit early. But I think that's next week.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That really blindsided me, because that was on my wants to play this year's too. My want to play this games of the year. My games I want to play of the year. That's what I'm trying to say.
There's so many, and I keep forgetting. Honestly,
gosh.
I played Avowed. I'm trying to go through my Rolodex of 2025 games, and it's just halfway through the year. I played Avowed. I had put it down. It didn't grab me like I needed it to. Might get back to it. I don't know. I think Oblivion more than anything. I'll play that before I do Avowed. There's just something about Oblivion that, I don't know. It's just goofy.
It's a different kind of magic. Yeah, it is. It's jankier. Yeah,
it's janky, but like they sort of killed it with that's like one of the best remakes I feel like I've ever. It's not not remake, but remaster, because it's technically a remaster, but it's one of the best remasters. Because I also dabbled in that before Clair Oscur came out, and then that just took over my life. But Oblivion is I want to get back to that.
Okay.
What else? What else came out this year so far?
I totally glossed over Monster Hunter Wilds.
God bless.
I played a good chunk of that, and then I'm like, oh man, other stuff came out. Repo came out, honestly. Repo came out.
Rest in peace, Monster Hunter. I said this last time when the Monster Hunter Wilds came out. When that came, I was just
Worlds.
Yeah, Worlds. I get them confused.
Yeah.
What's new?
It's their fault.
What's new?
Outer Wilds, Outer World, yeah.
The last one, I was like, oh my God, I can get into that. I see why this is so much fun. I watch people play.
Mhm.
And I even played like probably the first 3 or 4 hours of Wilds. And holy smokes, that is a fun game to play. And I want to get better at that game, but I just don't have enough time in my day to get good at that game. So I
Mhm.
pushed it aside, and maybe I get back to it if I have like my Destiny crew maybe hops in. I just don't see that happening. But I'd like to play that with people. And I
Mhm.
already had lots of people reach out to me to play Monster Hunter
Play
because I
Monster
put a
Hunter.
tweet out there. I was like, "Hey, I want to play this. I just need some friends." What was I thinking? Now they think I'm
Oops.
a butthole because I haven't responded and haven't played.
Oh
But
no.
I assure you, it's not because I don't want to. It's just like I got to play something else now, and this is just too much of a takes up a lot of time.
Yeah. Yeah, we only have so much gaming time each day, and so you heard it here first. Jerica's not a butthole. She's
I'm not a
just very
butthole.
busy. Just very
Yeah,
busy.
I'm just trying to play as many games as I can, and I need to get better at Monster Hunter before I play with anyone else.
That's true. It does. It is a lot harder than Repo.
It is. That's not one you can just pick up and, tell anyone to play.
No.
It's some
um,
practice.
I have one more game I got really into this year, but I'm making a decision now because we're going a little over. I want to talk about it another time. It's the Pokemon trading card game, like the real life one. I gotten really into it this year. Unless you want to dive into it right now.
No, I'll do whatever you want to do. This is
Okay,
your
okay.
thing, but like, I once again, we might just be best friends here. Because
It
yes,
was meant to be. It was meant to be.
no,
Um,
when
uh,
did you this year you got back into like the
okay,
physical card
okay.
game?
We're getting into it. Okay, so
No,
yeah.
let's do it.
So okay. I want to say last summer
Yeah.
I was looking for a card game again. Like I grew up playing Magic, well, Pokemon, of course, but I never really played the game. I just collected the cards of the Pokemon I like. Collect is a very loose term. I don't know where they are anymore. I in my like teenage years, I played a lot of Magic, and then Hearthstone came out, and I was really into Hearthstone. And then it just kind of phased out the card game thing.
Yeah.
But then ever since I started like doing Gamers Club with Jordan, Jordan's like, "Oh, you actually play a lot of card games like Marvel Snap, Slay the Spire. There's something about it." So then last summer, I was like, "Oh, I really want to get back into like going in person and playing cards with people again." So I tried like Flesh and Blood. I've tried Magic again, Lorcana. And then I was like, well, I already like Pokemon, so why don't I just try Pokemon? And I heard it's the cheapest one, so I started to get into it. And then around the fall, I like did like a party with my friends where we opened booster packs, and then I didn't really do anything about it. And then I don't know if you've heard, but the Pokemon card market's crazy right now, like scalpers and everybody buying up stock. And then I went to the Vancouver Pokemon Regionals, and I played a side event, like not a real event. You'd like just play for like we literally played for I don't have it with me, but like little plushies. Um,
Cool.
yeah, it's sitting by the TV. I got a Timple. But then I played that and I'm like, oh, I'm hooked. Like I like playing in person and meeting people and touching the cards.
Yeah,
So
no. I think that's so freaking cool. I'm jealous, honestly.
yeah,
Like, I have tons of cards, like, cause like
oh
I
yeah,
was into it when I was younger, and then I got back in like with I can't remember. It was like, when was the 25th anniversary when they like
oh
re-released a lot of the old cards, like with the
yeah.
not is it celebrations? Maybe it was the
I think it was
celebrations.
called that. Yeah,
Yeah,
25th would have been 2021,
yeah. I
2022.
think that's about when I got back into like buying the
Mm-hmm.
cards and like putting together some decks. And I mean, I
Oh
haven't gone anywhere to play. I haven't tried to find a
my
place,
gosh.
but like hearing your story, like, oh, that's so cool. Like, I think
Well,
that's so neat.
and like yeah, I actually relearned how to play because I actually didn't
Yeah,
know how through the online client, the Pokemon TCG Live, which
yeah.
you can download for free.
Okay, that's cool.
And it comes with like with a lot of games, like yeah, there's the fun decks and then the decks that the real sweats play. That's like top tier.
Yeah.
Um, the the online client just gives those decks to you for free.
Oh,
And then you could
what?
like grind resources to upgrade your deck slowly over time, but 90% of the cards are there. So that's how I kind of learned. And then when it was time to buy the physical cards, not too expensive, like the price of a video game to
Yeah.
buy all the cards. One of the benefits of the Pokemon TCG is there's so many scalpers and collectors
Yeah.
opening
wild.
packs all the time. So all the cards you would need for playing the game are actually quite cheap. So you build that, buy the decks. I go to a Wednesday night. I've only gone like 2 or 3 times in one of the local card shops in my community, and then just meet people, play casually. You win extra booster packs, which is all I want anyways. So yeah, it's really fun. Jerica, you should get into it as well. Yeah.
I mean, obviously with the mobile game that is scratching back. But I mean, I don't know I don't know what they have up in Vancouver, but there's a Books a Million around my neck of the woods, and that's where my mom used to take me to play Pokemon cards every weekend.
Yeah,
like at the local.
Are they still doing it? Like,
no, I don't. Well, they might like do something like that since there's been such a resurgence with people getting back into it. But I did that every Saturday. I was taking my cards, like trading, and then also just playing, and then like taking my Game Boy and hooking them up to their Game Boys, like all these kids.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was really neat. And God, I love playing. I just remember when we have like these little, when I was playing the game, you'd get these little rocks. I don't know if we still use rocks. I think that's like coins and other cool things, but like like the old booster deck, like box, like a deck that you could play with. I forget what they call them. A pre-made deck.
Deck starter decks, one of those.
Yeah, starter deck.
Battle decks.
Like come with these little stones to show like how much, power your Pokemon had. It was cool,
Yeah.
And just knowing that like people are around playing again, the card game on my phone. I would love to play Pokemon. And you're right, it's probably the easier one to get into. I haven't played Magic in years, and I couldn't imagine trying to get back into Magic right now.
No, it's the card games are expensive. One Piece as well. I tried to get into that, and it's like, oh right, now to build your first competitive deck, $200. I'm like,
golly, yeah,
that's
too much. That's too much
but
for something
Pokemon,
you might not commit to. But yeah,
exactly.
I love that Pokemon's been pretty easy to dive into. Like that.
Yeah, and I would say if you know how to play the Pocket version, the phone version, actually the other one is also on the phone, so that's where it gets confusing live. But if you know how to play Pocket, you're like 90% there with the rules.
Yeah,
you just instead of playing for points, you play for prize cards. That's about it. Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah. It's been really fun. That's kind of been the side game that's been taking up more of the time, because I also like play the phone version when I'm taking a walk or I'm at the gym or stuff like that. So that's like games that can't, like Clair Obscur is going to be hard to play on the treadmill, but you can play card game.
No way. No. Yeah. I was just sitting on my butt and I like sprained my wrist. So please don't do it on the treadmill. There's no telling. You might actually break both legs.
Drop a weight while trying to parry.
Oh God. Oh.
Well, Jerica, this has been an amazing conversation, hangout, a chat, all about our game of the year so far. We'll definitely have you back again with Jordan next time to maybe chat about maybe another game of the year episode, maybe our game of the year episode. But we'll definitely have you back on.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. It's been so much fun.
Of course. If folks want to follow you and what you do and the network you're part of, where can people find you? Where can people follow you?
Yeah, probably just follow JK Games Podcast on anything you're on. Any screen that you're looking at with watching folks, blab about video games. You could probably search there for JK Games Podcast. Like Samson at the beginning of the show, you said like, hey, if you love The Last of Us, you should check out Clickerbait. And if you want to talk about, if you have a group of friends or you don't have a group of friends talking about the latest episode, we are those friends. So please check us out. We stream every Monday night on Twitch. So JK Games Podcast. And then Drop In, Drop Out is my other conglomerate of things, which hosts just like in the name. We have a lot of really cool content creators dropping in, dropping out each week, talking about video games. Sometimes we're playing video games also during the week. So check out our stream. Really excited for the Switch 2 stuff, because I think that's our next big busy schedule time where we'll be playing a lot of Mario Kart when that comes out.
I cannot wait. I got my pre-order in and I'm like, well, now I'm just counting down the days.
Yep. I'm ready for little Moo Moo to make a show.
Oh yeah,
you know?
the cow, the moo moo.
Cow,
Oh
mew
my
mew,
gosh.
moo, cow.
Well,
Moo
we'll give him the
Meadows
real name.
cow. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and yeah, huge shout out to Clicker Bane, The Last of Us. I have been hankering to talk to people about The Last of Us. Like, I want to talk to. I have like a group of friends I went to college with. Like, they're all women who work in childcare, so they haven't played The Last of Us game.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
not.
I want to talk to you guys about the show, but you guys are so busy. So I talk about it on the Discord. That I get my fill that way. Yeah. If you want to follow more of Grow Up, Level Up, and me, my name is Samson. You can find me online at SamsonXP on all the socials, or on Blue Sky at SMSN. I'm snagged that handle and I'm not letting it go. Or at Grow Up, Level Up on everything as well. We do weekly interviews, previews, chats, similar to what Jerica and the crew do at JK Games and Drop and Drop Out, about the games that we've been playing and the games that we enjoy and want you to enjoy as well. And if you liked what you heard, if you have any thoughts, comments, what's your game of the year, write it in the comments below. We would love to know. Next week, we should be back to regular schedule with Jordan, but Jerica, we will definitely have you back again as well to chat about something. Maybe about the Switch 2, maybe where we're at.
Or, you know, Death Stranding 2. That's Magellan Man. He's right around the corner. You don't probably know what that means.
No, I gotta watch the trailer or something.
Hold on to beat the game. I want to hear when you beat Death Stranding 1. Just go through the main story. Don't do any of the extra stuff. Quit making deliveries for people. Just get through it.
Okay. Yeah, put it on easy, because I do like walking through the mountain. I'm like, this is so nice, and the game looks so nice, and I like, I like. Why is his name? I like Daryl from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I like. I whenever I go, Sam Porter Bridges.
Sam Porter, yeah, not Daryl from The Walking Dead. And
same thing, pretty much. So,
thank you again for watching, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.